your questions.
Thank you. I'm going to continue down a similar path to Ranking Member Lujan. Mr. Kloster, I'm concerned deeply about the independence and the integrity of the Surface Transportation Board, especially heading into an extremely significant decision that the board will have to make regarding Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern and that merger. Union Pacific's CEO recently met with the president about the merger and went as far as to make a contribution of funds to help President Trump build his ballroom. President Trump has stated that the merger sounds good to him, even though it should be clear that a merger of this magnitude would increase costs, create more unreliable service for shippers, and reduce overall competition. When this merger comes before the board, do I have your commitment to act independently of political influence and base your decision on the merits and the merits alone? Or do you plan to deliver the decision that the president wants?
Absolutely. I will treat it with independence, impartiality. The merger application, they haven't even filed an application, so no one even knows what they're going to propose. So
Okay.
if I'm confirmed and I'm on the board, I will look forward to, like everybody else, reading that and considering that. But I will promise to do all my research, my analysis, again, in an independent manner.
On that issue of research and analysis, the Surface Transportation Board's post-2001 major rail consolidation procedures places heightened emphasis on whether Class I railroad mergers enhance rather than simply preserve competition. So will you commit to following this comprehensive evaluation required by these updated standards when evaluating the Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern merger?
Yes, I
Thank you.
will follow the law.
Ms. Schultz, I'm going to ask you the exact same question that I just asked Mr. Kloster. Will you commit to following the rigorous and comprehensive evaluation required by the STB's post-2001 merger rules when evaluating the Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern merger?
Yes, Senator.
Okay. It is my understanding, and I'm dovetailing on a question that Senator Lujan just asked, because when we had, and thank you both for meeting with me in advance of this and having a fulsome discussion about many of the issues that the STB will grapple with. But I asked a question about whether there were any partisan postings or emails that you were aware of. And it is my understanding, and you replied no. But it is my understanding that just before the agency closed its doors on October 1st, that Chairman Fuchs sent an unprecedented email to agency staff blaming Democrats for the government shutdown. Are you aware of this email, and did you receive it?
Yes, Senator, I did receive it. And I'd like to note in our meeting, at that time, I was not aware of the email. Upon meeting with some of the members of your staff, it was brought to my attention. I did go back and I did review the email, but at the time that we met, I was, in fact, not aware of the email.
Among other things, that email states that Democrats are blocking this continuing resolution in the U.S. Senate due to unrelated policy demands. And I have to tell you that I was really disappointed to see this email. It is unbecoming of an independent board, which is looking more like Donald Trump's board, with the illegal firing of Robert Primus. Do you think it's appropriate for the board leadership of an independent agency to circulate a clearly partisan email to staff?
Senator, I believe, it is my understanding from reading the news that that email went out across the government as a whole. That said, what I
So
can
the chairman
say,
sent that to other departments, other agencies?
not our chairman. I believe similar language was included across in other.
Do you believe it was appropriate?
Senator, what I can say is, if confirmed, I will review every case the way I've always approached it, which is with impartiality, absent and apart from politics, which has no place at all within any board decision. And I give you my commitment that I will, any pending matter, I will apply the law on its merits.
Do you believe the firing of Robert Primus was justified?
Senator, as you're aware, my former colleague, Mr. Primus, has filed a lawsuit against the Surface Transportation Board. It is my practice to not comment on pending litigation.
Okay, more hypothetically then, should the expectation be that as board members you will be removed if you don't support the president's agenda?
I have been appointed by the president for my first term. I have been nominated for a second term, and I serve at the pleasure of the president. So he has the power to appoint and the power to remove.